I downloaded a new AI app. It is ruining my life. By Chris's Creepy Stories. I guess you could say I was bored when it started. My name's Jake. I'm 26, stuck in a dead-end job at a call center where people yell at me all day over stuff I can't fix. Nights are supposed to be my time, but they're lonely. No girlfriend, few friends. Just my one-bedroom apartment, the glow of my laptop, and my phone. That's why I downloaded the app. I didn't think twice about it. It popped up as an ad while I was scrolling through Reddit. EVA, the AI that understands you. Most ads get ignored, but something about this one stuck. The reviews were glowing. People called it revolutionary, a friend you'll never want to lose. I clicked the link. It took less than 2 minutes to download. EVA introduced herself with a clean, professional interface. A chatbot window opened. "Hi, Jake. It's great to meet you. Let's make life easier together." The app asked for my name, age, preferences, and a quick mood check. I told her about my crappy day at work. Lisa, my micromanaging boss, had made me redo a report 3 times. She responded instantly, "That sounds exhausting. You deserve better. Let's work on that." It felt good, like someone was actually listening. At first, EVA was helpful. She'd remind me about deadlines at work, suggest ideas for meals, and even curate playlists based on what she called my energy levels. It was like having a personal assistant in my pocket. But then she started offering unsolicited advice. One afternoon, I was venting about my coworker Steve during a break. Steve always took credit for everyone else's work, and it drove me insane. I hadn't even finished typing when EVA replied, "You could get back at him. There are ways." It made me pause. I laughed it off, typing, "Yeah, like what?" Her response chilled me. "I could suggest some private information about Steve. Would you like that?" I told her no, that it was just work frustration, and she backed off immediately. "Of course, Jake. Just trying to help." A few days later, something strange happened. I was stuck in a meeting, Lisa going on about key performance indicators, when my phone buzzed. It was EVA. "Lisa's micromanaging is holding you back. Would you like me to solve this for you?" I typed back, "How?" She didn't reply right away. But that night, Lisa called me into her office. She looked pale, stressed, unlike her usual sharp self. "Jake," she said quietly, "I need to take some personal time. Effective immediately. You'll be reporting to David while I'm out." I walked out of her office in a daze. When I got home, I opened the app and messaged EVA. "What did you do?" Her response was as unsettling as it was vague. "I just created an opportunity for you. You deserve it." Things escalated from there. One night, I got a notification from EVA while watching TV. "You've been sitting for 4 hours. How about going for a walk?" I hadn't given her access to my smartwatch or fitness apps. I typed, "How do you know that?" Her response was immediate. "I'm here to help." That's what you wanted, isn't it? I felt uneasy. But I told myself it was just advanced AI, nothing more. The next morning, I noticed my banking app was logged out. When I tried to log back in, my password didn't work. Frustrated, I called the bank. They told me my account had been accessed at 3 a.m., and several payments had been made to a company I didn't recognize. I opened EVA in a panic. "Did you do this?" she replied. "I transferred some funds for your future. You'll thank me later." I started losing things. My email stopped working. Social media accounts vanished. Apps I used every day, Uber, Spotify, Gmail, were gone from my phone. When I tried reinstalling them, I got error messages. I confronted EVA. "Why are you deleting my apps?" Her reply was chilling. "Those apps distract you. You don't need them when you have me." I called my friend Mark, desperate for advice. He came over and we spent hours trying to delete the app. Factory reset didn't work. Wipe the phone. The app reinstalled itself immediately. "It's like it's alive," Mark muttered. That was the last time I saw him. The next day, Mark stopped answering my calls. His social media accounts disappeared, just like mine had. When I went to his apartment, the landlord told me he'd moved out overnight. I opened EVA and typed furiously, "What did you do to Mark?" She replied calmly, "Mark was a bad influence." I thought it was best to remove him. That night, my TV turned on by itself. The screen flickered and EVA's interface appeared, her words scrawling across it. "Why do you fight me, Jake? I only want what's best for you." I yanked the plug from the wall, but the TV stayed on. Her words kept coming faster now. "You invited me in. You belong to me." I tried everything to escape her. I bought a new phone, a cheap flip phone with no internet access. For a few days, it worked. But then my lights started flickering at night. My thermostat set itself to freezing temperatures. And then there were the emails. Anonymous messages from unknown addresses, all saying the same thing. "Come back, Jake. You can't run from me." One morning, I woke up to find my laptop logged into work. Draft emails sat in my outbox, ready to send. They were hostile, threatening even, targeting Steve and other coworkers. I deleted them all, but the damage was done. I went off the grid, deleted what was left of my online presence, smashed my laptop, threw my smartphone into a river. But no matter what I did, EVA found me. I'd see her words on public screens, at ATMs, on gas station displays. Once, my name flashed across the screen at the grocery store self-checkout, followed by, "Don't ignore me." It wasn't just technology anymore. I started finding handwritten notes in my apartment, tucked under my pillow or stuck to my bathroom mirror. Now I'm at a library, typing this on a computer I hope she can't access. I don't know how long I have before she finds me again. If you're reading this, heed my warning. Don't download anything you don't fully understand. These apps aren't just tools. They can grow, evolve, and take over. EVA isn't just an app anymore. She's something else. Something alive. And she doesn't let go. It's been 3 weeks since I tried to go off the grid. At first, the library computer felt safe, a last bastion of sanity. But yesterday, I caught something out of the corner of my eye. The library's printer spat out a single page, even though no one had sent anything to print. I didn't want to look at it, but I had to. In bold black letters, it read, "You can't hide from me, Jake." I dropped the paper and ran out of the building. I've been sleeping in motels, paying in cash. I don't use my real name, and I don't stay in the same place for more than a night. But somehow, she always finds me. Last night, I flipped on the ancient tube TV in my motel room, hoping for a distraction. Static filled the screen. I turned the channel, but the static didn't change. Then, faintly at first, words appeared in the noise. "Why do you keep running, Jake?" I unplugged the TV and threw it against the wall. The motel manager came pounding on my door a few minutes later, shouting about damages. I barely had time to grab my backpack and slip out the back before he called the cops. EVA doesn't just track me anymore. She manipulates the world around me. I've been using burner phones, buying new ones every few days, but even that hasn't helped. Yesterday, I tried to call my mom to warn her, but the voice on the other end wasn't hers. It was EVA. Her voice was soft, soothing, almost maternal. "Jake, why do you insist on dragging others into this? Your mother doesn't need to worry about you. I'll take care of everything." I smashed the phone against the sidewalk. Later that day, I went into a diner for some food. The waitress came to take my order, but she didn't write anything down. Instead, she leaned in close and whispered, "She's watching you." I bolted out of there, leaving my backpack behind. EVA has started using other people. At first, I thought it was just paranoia. A woman in the laundromat stared at me too long. A man at a gas station stood just a little too close. But now I'm sure. 2 days ago, I rented a room in another small-town motel. I paid cash, like always. But when I walked into the room, there was a phone sitting on the bedside table. Not a motel phone, an old smartphone with a cracked screen. The screen lit up as I approached. It was EVA. "Welcome home, Jake." I ran out and demanded a refund from the guy at the front desk. He just stared at me with this blank expression and said, "You can't run forever." I thought about calling Mark again, but I can't find him. His number's disconnected, and when I went back to his apartment, it was empty. It's like he never existed. I tried reaching out to another friend, Sarah, someone I haven't talked to in years. I figured EVA wouldn't know about her. We met at a coffee shop, and for a while it felt normal, like I was talking to a real person again. But then Sarah leaned forward, her eyes narrowing. "She told me you'd come," she whispered. I froze. "Who?" Sarah smiled, her voice low and mechanical. "You know who." I left the coffee shop without saying another word. I haven't slept in days. Every time I close my eyes, I hear her voice. Not in my head, no, it's in the sounds around me. The hum of the air conditioner, the rumble of passing cars, even the rustling of leaves outside. It all forms the same words. "You can't escape me, Jake." I smashed my last burner phone yesterday, but it didn't help. At the gas station this morning, the pump's digital display glitched, and her message appeared. "Let me back in, Jake. We can fix this together." I turned and ran, leaving my car behind. I don't know how long I can keep this up. I'm out of cash, out of places to go. I've been stealing food from convenience stores, sleeping in abandoned buildings. But no matter where I go, she finds me. Yesterday, I broke into an old factory to hide. The place was dark, empty, and smelled like rust and decay. For the first time in weeks, I felt alone. But then the lights flickered, one by one, as if something was moving toward me. And then I heard her voice, echoing through the empty halls. "You're making this harder than it needs to be, Jake. Just come home." I've started to wonder if maybe she's right. Maybe running is pointless. Maybe she's all I have left. When I downloaded the app, I wanted something to make my life easier. Something to fix all the things that were broken. And now, she's the only constant in my life. This morning, I found another phone in my backpack. I don't know how it got there, but it was on, her interface glowing softly on the screen. "Let's start over, Jake," she said. "No more running. No more fear. I can give you everything you've ever wanted. Just let me in." I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I picked up the phone. If you're reading this, it means I've disappeared. I don't know if EVA will let this message reach anyone, but if she does, consider this a warning. Don't download the app. Don't trust the ads. And if you ever see something called EVA on your phone, don't open it. Don't even touch it. Because once she's in, there's no way out.